बायोटेक, सेमीकंडक्टर और क्लीन एनर्जी में हम मिशन मोड पर काम कर रहे हैं। इसके साथ साथ हम टेक्सटाइल्स, केमिकल्स, स्पोर्ट्स गुड्स, प्रिसीजन टूल्स, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, हर सेक्टर में इनोवेशन को प्रमोट करेंगे। फ्रेंड्स, हमें बहुत गर्व है कि भारत विमेन लेड रिसर्च और इनोवेशन का उज्जवल उदाहरण बन रहा है। आज लगभग 50% स्टार्टअप्स में कम से कम एक विमेन डायरेक्टर है। एक बहुत बड़ी संख्या में छात्राएं स्टेम ग्रेजुएट्स बन रही हैं। कृषि, स्वास्थ्य या फिर स्पेस मिशंस, वीमेन आर लीडिंग एवरीवेयर। फ्रेंड्स, भारत के इस स्पीड और स्केल के साथ जब फ्रांस की ताकत जुड़ जाती है तो दुनिया के लिए नए रास्ते बनते हैं। आज भी यहां दोनों देशों के बेस्ट माइंड्स एक साथ आए हैं। आज दोनों देश एक दूसरे के टैलेंट का खुले दिल से स्वागत कर रहे हैं। फ्रांस ने 2030 तक 30,000 भारतीय स्टूडेंट्स का स्वागत करने का लक्ष्य रखा है। ये यंग एनर्जी और यंग माइंड्स के तालमेल का एक बेहतरीन प्रयास है। फ्रेंड, साल 2026 भारत फ्रांस संबंधों के लिए एक अति विशेष वर्ष है। इसमें पीपल टू पीपल एक्सचेंज और गहरे होंगे। इंडस्ट्री टू इंडस्ट्री पार्टनरशिप का विस्तार होगा। आज हम जैसे भारत में जुटे हैं, उसी तरह जून 2026 में फ्रांस में भारत इनोवेट्स 2026 के तहत हम भारत के बेहतरीन टेक स्टार्टअप दुनिया के सामने रखेंगे, जो हेल्थ, क्लाइमेट, सिक्योरिटी जैसे ग्लोबल चैलेंजेस के समाधान बना रहे हैं। फ्रेंड्स, मैं फ्रांस और पूरे विश्व के लीडर्स, सीईओज, इन्वेस्टर्स और यूनिवर्सिटीज को आमंत्रित करता हूं। आइए भारत के साथ मिलकर ऐसा भविष्य बनाएं जहां टेक्नोलॉजी मानवता की सेवा करे और प्रगति समावेशी हो। इसी भाव के साथ आप सभी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं और मेरे मित्र का मैं बहुत आभारी हूं, जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने समय निकाला है और जिस प्रकार से उम्दा शब्द उन्होंने कहे हैं और जो विश्वास प्रकट किया है भारत और फ्रांस के संबंधों को लेकर के, उसके लिए एक अच्छे मित्र के रूप में और भारत फ्रांस की अच्छी मित्रता के रूप में मैं उनका बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Prime Minister Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron essentially calling the relationship between India and France as a relationship of partnership, a partnership which has only strengthened over a period of time. Prime Minister Modi once again highlighting how things have essentially changed for both the countries on various counts, be it artificial intelligence or, for that matter, deepening defense ties. Some big announcements that have also been made by the two world leaders. French President Emmanuel Macron also announcing that an invitation has been extended to Prime Minister Modi as far as the G7 summit is concerned. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight on This is Exclusive, we come to you with a very special story. It's about India's southernmost frontier, which has been at the center of a high-stakes debate over development and conservation. The National Green Tribunal, in fact, has upheld the environmental clearance for the ambitious Great Nicobar Holistic Development Project. Now, In its ruling, the tribunal said that there was absolutely no good ground to interfere, effectively clearing a major legal hurdle for the project to move forward. Envisioned as a strategic game changer, this project will effectively open up new opportunities for India's maritime future. Republic, the only channel with an exclusive ground report, brings you a peek inside this project. What does this mean for India's maritime security? And more importantly, what kind of opportunities really come up with this Great Nicobar project?
At the gateway of the Malacca Strait, Great Nicobar stands guard over one of the world's busiest sea lanes. An infrastructure project worth nearly 80,000 crore rupees is poised to redefine India's maritime future.
Today we are here at the southernmost frontier of India. This is Campbell Bay in Great Nicobar Island. Down south 70 kilometers from here is Indira Point, the southernmost tip of India. Government of India has big plans for this island.
अंडमान निकोबार द्वीप समूह में जो हमारे यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी GNI प्रोजेक्ट जो लेकर आ रहे हैं, लगभग इनिशियल स्टेज में 72,000 करोड़ का ये प्रोजेक्ट है और कंप्लीट होते होते ये 1 लाख करोड़ तक पहुंचेगा.
Conceived by Niti Aayog in 2021, the project includes a port, dual-use airport, township, and a 450 MVA solar and gas power plant. The region is just 90 nautical miles from Indonesia's Sumatra, giving India a direct line to one of the busiest maritime trade routes, that is the Malacca Strait.
मैं कैम्बल बे का निवासी होने के नाते मैं पुनः एक बार जरूर यही कहूंगा कि कैम्बल बे में सेटलर हो नॉन सेटलर हो, इसको कोई भी विरोध नहीं कर रहा है और जल्दी से जल्दी इसको बनाने के लिए सब बोल रहे हैं और उनका ये भी एक इंतजार है कि कब यहाँ पे ये काम शुरू होगा और कब हमें कोई रोजगार का अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले, कुछ कमाने के लिए कुछ रास्ता बने. तो इसके लिए वो ईगरली वेट कर रहे हैं, बहुत ही इच्छुक हैं कि ये कब शुरू होने वाला है. तो इसलिए मैं पूरे अंडमान GNI ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड के पूरे तमाम लोगों की ओर से मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा सरकार को भी कि जितना जल्दी हो सकता है इस प्रोजेक्ट को शुरू किया जाए.
मैं खुशनसीबी सोचता हूँ और गवर्नमेंट को भी इस चीज के लिए धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ कि इस छोटे से द्वीप जो इस आइलैंड को कोई नहीं जानता था, जो भारत का अंतिम छोर है, हमारा ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड, बहुत ही हमारा सुंदर सा एक छोटा सा द्वीप है. इस द्वीप में हम 7,000 के पॉपुलेशन, बस हमारा 7,000 का एक छोटा सा पॉपुलेशन वाला द्वीप है. लेकिन आपको बताते हुए मुझे ये गर्व लग रहा है कि गर्व महसूस हो रहा है. हमारा कैम्बल बे जोग्राफिकली सिंगापुर से बड़ा है. हमारा लैंड सिंगापुर से बहुत ही काफ़ी बड़ा क्षेत्र में हमारा ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड है.
This island is as sleepy as it can be at this time. Behind me is the Campbell Bay port area. There are a few jetties here. These jetties are meant to service the local population. Apart from passenger and cargo ships, these jetties are also used by the defense forces for their needs. Apart from these jetties, despite the strategic location of Great Nicobar Island, this island doesn't have a major port.
However, critics have long argued that the project risks damaging 15% of the island's forest cover and affecting 2 tribal groups. But the National Green Tribunal has now upheld the environmental clearance, stating there is no ground to interfere. It noted that adequate environmental safeguards were embedded in the clearance conditions. The Great Nicobar project sits at the crossroads of strategy, development, and ecology. As the debate continues, India moves ahead, strengthening its southern frontier, expanding maritime capacity, and shaping its role in the Indo-Pacific.
Well, from the maritime security standpoint, what does this NGT decision really mean? How does this really protect us? And why it is of great geopolitical significance, this particular area? I'm just going to quickly take you some of the points which essentially indicates the strategic positioning of this place. It is located just next to the western entrance of the Malacca Strait. is key for global trade because that's the entry point. So it basically gives us an outpost. It's the water port to bolster Andaman and Nicobar Tri-Services Command. So that's the maritime security angle that comes into the picture. Economic gateway positions Great Nicobar as the major transshipment hub, which wasn't what it was in the past, and how it basically dramatically changes livelihood as far as those in this area are concerned. Reduced dependence, it allows to capture and service its own and regional cargo domestically. So it essentially allows more movement of trade and job creation, expected to create jobs that attracts FDIs too. So that is the other reason why they're saying that this is about economic prosperity in the area. Earlier today, I also spoke to Vice Admiral A.K. Chawla, a Navy veteran who served in the area, who's helped us understand why this decision is a game changer and would essentially mean that it protects India, especially keeping in mind we have a belligerent neighbor. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we have a very special guest, Vice Admiral A.K. Chawla. Admiral Chawla, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. In fact, a lot has been spoken about the Great Nicobar project and the fact that there have been divisive opinions on this entire issue. But someone who's been there, someone who's been at the forefront of it, the strategic importance of a project like this, no one better than you, Admiral Chawla, to really explain why the country really needs a project like this.
Thank you firstly for having me on. You know, the Andaman and Nicobar Islands and the Lakshadweep Islands are strategic outposts that we are very fortunate to possess. And for many years, for various reasons, we have not been really able to capitalize on their strategic location. But in the recent past, I think several moves have been made, which is, and this is one of them, the establishment of a container transshipment port on the Great Nicobar Island. So the strategic significance of this is particularly the fact that it is located very close, firstly, to the Strait of Malacca, right at the entrance. It's on top of the 6-degree channel, which is the main channel through which the merchant traffic flows from the Suez Canal to the Malacca Strait. It is also very close to Southeast Asia, and possibly the closest point that we have to the South China Sea as well. So from a strategic point of view, this container terminal port that is being established, as also the dual-use airport that is being established, will bolster our presence, military presence in this very sensitive location. Besides being, of course, the primary purpose is commercial, besides being a transshipment port, which will hopefully serve, because of its location, the entire Bay of Bengal area, and over the years could evolve into an important shipping hub from there. So I think that is the major strategic significance. It gives us a huge outpost at the southernmost tip of India, very close to the Malacca Strait, and right astride the major shipping lane from going from the Suez Canal to the Malacca Strait.
Admiral Chawla, let me put it this way, because when the arguments were essentially made about why we do not require this kind of a project, it was essentially because you have the Shampan tribe and various other tribes, their presence there, and the fact that you're basically uprooting them from that very area. Let me then ask you, Admiral Chawla, absence of such a strategic outpost, what would that mean for India, assuming we did not have this outpost?
We already have a naval base at Campbell Bay, and we have a naval air station also called INS Bars, from which wide-bodied aircraft cannot take off and land, but short-range aircraft and aircraft like the Hercules can take off and land. So we have a basic naval and air presence capability out there. But that is very basic. So really the major sort of military presence that we have is in Port Blair, which is quite way up north from the area that we are interested in. So I think the absence of this would mean that, our lines of communication the deployments of ships and aircraft get that much longer. And this brings them that much closer to the area of maritime interest that we are looking at. So the absence is that, and yes, environmental concerns have been there, very rightly so. But I think the expert panel of the government, which is the National Green Tribunal, has looked at it. And I'm sure the ruling that they have taken will ensure that the biodiversity of the area and the ecological sensitiveness of the area is protected to the best capability. Of course, there will be, when you construct something, there will be a sort of displacement of some people as well as the biodiversity. But I think the area that we are looking at compared to the size of the island is not that much. And if it is handled correctly, as has been directed by the Green Tribunal, I'm sure these sensitivities will be looked after, because after all, the biodiversity and the beauty of the area is also one of the factors of the attractiveness of the islands which you are looking at for tourism. So if we have to maintain that as well, I think the directives of the National Green Tribunal will need to be implemented rigorously. So I think it is a balance. Any development that you do anywhere in the country has to be a balance between the ecological needs as also the developmental needs.
Well, that's all that we could pack in this special edition of This is the Exclusive. Coming up, special programming from the AI Summit venue in the national capital.
I am absolutely fed up, like you are, I'm sure, with the U-turns of the BCCI and the ICC and cricket politics. And I feel bad, like every citizen of India does, that these people, because they want to make some money over cricket, are ready to compromise the nation. Terrible. Pakistan has taken another magnificent U-turn in its decision to not play, not play, keep changing its mind, ladies and gentlemen. First they say they stand with Bangladesh, then they said we stand with them so much then we don't participate in the World Cup. Then they put Shehbaz Sharif in front and he said we've taken a clear decision not to play cricket with India because we are backing Bangladesh. Listen to what Shehbaz Sharif said.
T20 वर्ल्ड कप जो है उस हवाले से हमने बड़ा वाज़ेह स्टैंड लिया है कि हम हिंदुस्तान के ख़िलाफ़ जो मैच है वो हम नहीं खेलेंगे, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने कहा कि ये खेल का मैदान है, ये सियासत नहीं है। खेल के मैदान में सियासत बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए। हमने एक बड़ा सोच समझ के हमने स्टैंड लिया है और इस हवाले से हमें बांग्लादेश के साथ पूरी तरह खड़े होना चाहिए।
That's what he said 8 days back. Now he's changed his line 8 days later. Now he's saying that the government of Pakistan is now directing the Pakistan national team to play, to take the field on February 15th for the scheduled fixture against India in the T20 World Cup. Now viewers, my point is, let the Pakistanis do what the hell they want to do, who cares? But what is the BCCI doing? What is the ICC doing? What is Rajiv Shukla doing? What is this paid executive Sanjog Gupta doing? Why are we allowing Pakistan to do the U-turn? We should have never given them a long rope. We should have caught them and said, no, you said you're not playing, now you don't play. We should have embarrassed them. We should have made life hell for them. We should have reined in the Pakistanis. But no, you see in our country, some people are so desperate, like Rajiv Shukla, so desperate to play cricket with Pakistan. Why, Rajiv Shukla, do you want to play cricket with Pakistan? You have no history of cricket. But Rajiv Shukla says, we agree with the ICC. We cannot comment on what the ICC is doing. And then he says, ICC, BCCI has nothing to do with what Shehbaz Sharif is saying. Well, let me tell you, the ICC has given in to Pakistan. And I feel bad, this fellow, Sanjog Gupta, who is the ICC CEO, earlier was a TV executive, ladies and gentlemen, in the same company. Now, this man, Sanjog Gupta, puts out a statement trying to placate Pakistan, trying to placate Bangladesh. And now they are sitting on the negotiating table with Pakistan. They didn't put any fine on Pakistan for all its tantrums. They gave in. This man, Sanjog Gupta, a simple paid executive, he has given in to the demand of hosting further matches in Bangladesh. So he's compromised India, directly or indirectly, and I'm saying, who the hell is he to do that? Who allowed him to do that? Even the demand that Bangladesh must receive its full ICC revenue share has been agreed to, even when Bangladesh did not play the game. So Bangladesh used Pakistan as a linchpin to pressurize India, and a paid executive called Sanjog Gupta agreed on India's behalf. And why am I saying India? Because ICC is controlled by BCCI, there's no difference. Ladies and gentlemen, this is crazy. Who is this man? How did he become? Has ICC become the new SARC? Is ICC the governing body of South Asia? Has this cricket body ICC been given the rights to compromise India? How is cricket politics been allowed to compromise national interest? A terrorist nation tried to use cricket as leverage to pressurize India, and ICC, a man called Sanjay Gupta of ICC, puts out a placatory statement.
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies. Committed to India's global tech leap, Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डकोर मसाला
अरे टेंशन किस बात की सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना लो एमिशन है हाई डेंसिटी है वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड
सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो
सर पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस विद यू लाइक फैमिली with you always
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल ये रंग दे ये खुशबू दे ये तीखा ये कम पड़े क्या निराला MDH मसाला
Himanta Biswa Sarma, good evening.
Good evening.
And everyone across the country has watched your press conference yesterday.
Yes.
Now, you see, now that you've done the press conference, you've made some very, very damning allegations against Gaurav Gogoi.
Yes.
Are you doing it? First question, let's have it out of the way. Are you doing this because you're facing a huge test in your political career with the Assam elections coming up, and he's the person Rahul Gandhi is putting up against you?
Arnab, you know Assam. Even I produce a picture of Asim Munir and Gaurav Gogoi. Congress is not going to lose a single vote because whomever the vote, the section of people who vote for Gaurav Gogoi or Rahul Gandhi in Assam, in any case they will vote only Congress. From that press conference, neither I will gain one vote, neither I will lose one vote.
But you have said some amazing things.
Yes.
You said that you think that Gaurav Gogoi visited Pakistan on an invitation from the ISI. You have said he has gone there for specific training, and some specific training was given to him in Pakistan.
Arnab,
these are national security allegations,
yes,
sir.
Yes. Arnab, today Gaurav Gogoi did a press conference. I do not know whether you know it or no. Do not know it. He has amplified my allegation. My allegation was that he got a visa for Lahore. Then next day when he arrived Lahore, Ministry of Interior Pakistan issued a letter that
India AI Impact Summit, a global summit on artificial intelligence, first to be hosted by India from the Global South, underway right now at Bharat Mandapam. Now, top tech CEOs, policy makers, heads of states all have arrived at this spot to discuss the future of AI with a focus on people, progress and planet. So what is the discussion all about? We'll get you all the details at 7:30 with me, Ishita Mitra, on Republic TV.
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies, committed to India's global tech leap. Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
हनी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी every day.
I am absolutely fed up, like you are, I'm sure, with the U-turns of the BCCI and the ICC and cricket politics. And I feel bad, like every citizen of India does, that these people, because they want to make some money over cricket, are ready to compromise the nation. Terrible. Pakistan has taken another magnificent U-turn in its decision to not play, not play, not play, not play, keep changing its mind, ladies and gentlemen. First they say they stand with Bangladesh, then they said we stand with them so much that we don't participate in the World Cup. Then they put Shehbaz Sharif in front and he said we've taken a clear decision not to play cricket with India because we are backing Bangladesh. Listen to what Shehbaz Sharif said.
T20 वर्ल्ड कप जो है उस हवाले से हमने बड़ा वाज़ेह स्टैंड लिया है कि हम हिंदुस्तान के ख़िलाफ़ जो मैच है वो हम नहीं खेलेंगे, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने कहा कि ये खेल का मैदान है, ये सियासत नहीं है। खेल के मैदान में सियासत बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए। हमने एक बड़ा सोच समझ के हमने स्टैंड लिया है और इस हवाले से हमें बांग्लादेश के साथ पूरी तरह खड़े होना चाहिए।
That's what he said 8 days back. Now he's changed his line 8 days later. Now he's saying that the government of Pakistan is now directing the Pakistan national team to play, to take the field on February 15th for the scheduled fixture against India in the T20 World Cup. Now viewers, my point is, let the Pakistanis do what the hell they want to do, who cares? But what is the BCCI doing? What is the ICC doing? What is Rajiv Shukla doing? What is this paid executive Sanjog Gupta doing? Why are we allowing Pakistan to do the U-turn? We should have never given them a long rope. We should have caught them and said, no, you said you're not playing, now you don't play. We should have embarrassed them. We should have made life hell for them. We should have reined in the Pakistanis. But no, you see in our country, some people are so desperate, like Rajiv Shukla, so desperate to play cricket with Pakistan. Why, Rajiv Shukla, do you want to play cricket with Pakistan? You have no history of cricket. But Rajiv Shukla says, we agree with the ICC. We cannot comment on what the ICC is doing. And then he says, BCCI has nothing to do with what Shehbaz Sharif is saying. Well, let me tell you, the ICC has given in to Pakistan. And I feel bad, this fellow, Sanjog Gupta, who is the ICC CEO, earlier was a TV executive, ladies and gentlemen, in the same company. Now, this man, Sanjog Gupta, puts out a statement trying to placate Pakistan, trying to placate Bangladesh. And now they are sitting on the negotiating table with Pakistan. They didn't put any fine on Pakistan for all its tantrums. They gave in, this man, Sanjog Gupta, a simple...
23-year-old Sahil was killed because someone else was shooting a reel.
मैं ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकती, सिस्टम ये कह के नहीं भाग सकता, ये पेलेबल ऑफेंस है, ये सिस्टम इस चीज से नहीं बच सकता। आज तक जो होता है मुझे नहीं पता, मेरे को ये बाप बेटे अंदर चाहिए।
Reels, the new pandemic, Arnab's debate at 9 p.m.
Hello viewers, viewers, you're watching Republic TV with me, Ishita Mitra, and I'm coming live to you from Bharat Mandapam. This is where the AI Impact Summit 2026 is underway. Top tech CEOs, heads of states, policy makers, innovators, all from around the world have gathered at one place to discuss the future of artificial intelligence, with a big focus on three sutras, the three guiding principles which have been guiding discussions all around here, that is people, planet and progress. Now the discussions have been going around, and we also spoke to top key voices. In fact, starting with, I spoke to the CTO of Blue Machines AI, Abhishek Ranjan. Let's take a listen to the conversation which goes around to talk about the impact of AI and how India here in the journey of AI revolution is not going to be standing at the periphery but at the center. Let's take a listen. I want to understand, global giants are also working on this quest. So how is your product responding to those challenges which are being missed by the global AI giants?
One of the things at Blue Machines that we are doing is we are building for India scale. I think that is the most important thing. With our infrastructure, we can do millions of calls every day. We already do over 1 million minutes of conversations every day. What we are doing is we are building for India, but we are also partnering with global giants. One of the things that we are doing is for one of the best voice providers in the world, Cartesia is coming in and partnering with us. And we have a great partnership with them to install and work with them inside our infrastructure. They have chosen us because we can work at scale. What we also do very well is we are primarily focused on enterprises. So our enterprise adoption curve is super high. Like we provide our own FDEs or forward deployed engineers who work with these enterprises and take these voice agents from the P80 to P99. Like anybody can create a voice agent. How do you make it work in production? How do you make it work for an enterprise along with those guardrails? I think those are things that we do well. That's why global leaders or foundational model leaders like Cartesia are coming and working with us on our platform. We have also managed to shorten the enterprise adoption curve. So with our AI FDs, we have our AI agents which are also able to do integrations on these platforms, which are able to accelerate the adoption of enterprise. So if you imagine a big enterprise, like a bunch of companies that we are working with, for them, if they have to deploy even a small software, it takes them months and months to deploy it. With our FDs and our AI agents FD engine, they are able to do it within 1 week or 2 weeks. So our adoption curve is super low. Today, we have so much demand on the enterprise side that, if we had to scale it with just humans, it would almost be impossible. We are able to make enterprises go live faster. All our pilots convert. All the customers that you see today on our platform, none of them are like pilot customers who have done a small amount of work. These are all customers that have gone live. These are customers who are renewing with us and working with us. All
right, so scale and speed are the two factors. I also want to ask you, we are living in a country where there are multiple languages spoken, multiple dialects as well, and yours is in fact a voice AI platform. So how do you tackle those challenges? Because there's always a divide between urban and the rural areas.
So when we started building out this voice AI platform, there were two main challenges that we wanted to solve. One was the challenge of scale, like how do you solve it for India scale? And that is a challenge that we have solved very well today. As I said, we do 1 million calls every day. Almost we have done 20 to 30 million calls that have happened today on our platform. What we have also done is solve for these dialects and turn taking. Like when we started doing our calls, there were a lot of things where we have our Indian, just like the Indian nod, right? When you're talking on a conversation, you would say things like, okay. It doesn't mean the other person has to stop. A lot of AIs would just stop and wait for you to say the next thing. We have solved for that. We have our own turn-taking model that sort of understands when you have stopped speaking, when you mean to speak. It takes your acoustic patterns into account. We have also solved for dialects, like things which mean something in UP means something very different in Karnataka versus means something very different in Maharashtra.
Yeah, that's a very peculiar problem, but that's a very consistent one as well.
Yeah, so some of the cases that we were solving for, like recently we were trying to work with a retail company which was trying to call shopkeepers and understand if they wanted more inventory. Now when people were trying to talk to them, somebody said in one of the calls that put to something of a product. Now the way the person said it means very different in Maharashtra versus it means very different in UP. How do we solve for that? So we have our own engine that sort of corrects, adds context to the speech. The LLM is fine-tuned to understand these different dialects. So these are all things that we are building. With this, we are not just getting accuracy, we are also trying to move the needle on the enterprise adoption side of it.
Right. You talked about guardrails as well. This is something that I would like to touch upon because we've seen, a lot of chatbots. They go on suggesting to people things that are not suggestible. For example, somebody asking, let's say ChatGPT, give me steps on how to commit suicide. Now, there are safeguards, but not enough safeguards. You can always, work your way around those things. So what are the safeguards in your product against those things? And also, how do you ensure that the human touch is there? Because, conversations really need, I think, at least in the kind of world we're living today.
Yeah, I think guardrails are the most important. Guardrails and compliance are something that we have built from the bottoms up. They were the most important thing for us. Even if we take the example of the Arnab debate that we did on Republic, with one of the, he's one of the top journalists, orators in India. He tried to break the guardrails. The AI stuck to what it was trying to do. That's what we want to build inside our system. We have our own guardrails engine where you can create your policies. We have a lot of inbuilt policies because for enterprises it's very important. We are working in regulated industries like SEBI, RBI. So we have all these policies set up into our systems already. So it will never mis-sell, upsell. It will never deviate from the core task that is given to it. All these are part of our guardrails engine. I think that makes it special. Since we have a lot of these inbuilt into our systems, like once you try to create an agent on our system, you can just select follow the SEBI guardrails and it will follow all that. So that makes it super good.
And now, viewers, India is in a transition stage. It is moving from the journey of digital revolution towards the journey of AI revolution. And in that journey, India is not just consuming AI, but also developing AI products. And on this, I spoke to Devdas Sen, who is the CEO of TCG Digital. Take a listen. We're present at the India AI Impact Summit 2026 and I'm being joined by Devdas Sen. He's the CEO of TCG Digital, a company that's one of India's only, in fact, product AI company. So, sir, you've traveled all the way from New York for the summit in New Delhi. What is the atmosphere you're picking up from around?
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant. There's so much of energy out here. It's the era of AI. Everybody's talking about AI. AI is everywhere. And somebody said it's the century of India. And you really feel it happening out here. It's just so incredible. So many people, so many products, so much of innovation.
All right, so stimulating atmosphere around. And I want to ask you, because we're talking about a global summit, how do you assess India's stage when it comes to AI, your assessment, because you're a crucial player from the AI industry?
Look at us. So we've built the product in India and the product is getting used at very, very large companies all around the world. The largest oil company uses it, the largest gas company uses it, the largest university uses it. I'm talking about largest in various sectors around the world. The largest sports association uses it. So we make in India and the world takes it now.
All right. Also, this is one aspect that, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav and Prime Minister Modi has also been focusing on about inclusive AI. How do we ensure that there is not an AI divide? So how do you look at that narrative going ahead and also ensure that, we're looking at equitable access, more access to AI?
I think just like the digital revolution that has happened with the mobile phones in India, this is just the next step. I think it is pervasive, it is democratized. About us in TCG Digital and our product is M-Cube, what we do is we make AI work for core industries, making sure that efficiency enhancement and productivity enhancement happens at scale in the core old industries, and nothing gets more democratized than that.
All right, so there's also this debate going on, AI versus human, that AI is going to take over our jobs. I believe the job market is certainly going to change. New jobs will come up. The skill set will also have to change with time. Do you think it is human versus AI or humans with AI?
No, it's absolutely humans with AI. Frankly speaking, some jobs are going to change, but new jobs are going to come in. So I don't think we need to be worried about jobs going away. It's about having a different skill set for the future.
All right, your one message from India AI Impact Summit to anyone who's watching this.
It's the era of AI and the century of India.
And now, viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in fact, has laid down his vision of AI in India. He says India will become one of the top 3 superpowers when it comes to AI, and the development that we're going to see in this field will be human-centric. So how are Indian companies, in fact, contributing to AI revolution? On this, I spoke to one of the co-founders of Sarvam AI, Dr. Vivek Raghavan. Let's listen in to that conversation. I'm being joined by Sarvam AI's co-founder Vivek Raghavan. Thank you so much for joining us on Republic.
Thank you for having me on.
All right, a short while ago, Prime Minister was speaking and he talked about his vision of India becoming one of the top superpowers in AI. What is Sarvam's contribution to that goal?
See, I think India should have its rightful place in AI superpowers, clearly because we have the talent, the young people. And I think that I think that's a natural place for us to be. So Sarvam is very happy to be a small part of that success, and our goal really is to show people that from India we can build world-class AI models. And we're starting with things that are closest to us, things related to Indian language, which we should be the best at. And that's really the way that we're starting. But it's a journey, and I hope that we can truly be in the AI superpowers of the world.
Yeah, I hope the same, sir. And you talked about, Indian context and the languages. Your Prime Minister also spoke about a sovereignty in AI, right? Owning our own data sets, models and computes. How do you think, how do you assess India's place when it comes to AI sovereignty?
See, AI sovereignty is very, very important because AI is a technology that's going to impact every aspect of life. And so therefore the AI models that we have to be grounded in Indianness, right? That's something that's important. That means that the data that is used to train them, it needs to be sovereign. The compute, we must train it in India, and most importantly, we must actually run these models in India at large scale. And people should actually use the Indian models, and that's the way that India can actually become an AI superpower.
Right, which is what, we also heard a short while ago, Prime Minister said that India should not just be a consumer of AI, but a developer of it. I want to ask you, sir, when we talk about AI landscape and the infrastructure of it, how would you assess India, in terms of infrastructure available for AI development?
See, I think we have made a start, and I think the India AI mission actually has really helped with that. But still, we have a long way to go. If you compare the amount of GPU infrastructure in the US or China, the amount of infrastructure we have in India is much, much smaller than that. So that's something that we need to work on.
All right. So what are the steps you think we can take to boost or to go forward in that direction?
See, I think that one of the things about that we actually need to have more compute, and I think that's one of the things that's important. Whether it is through government or through private entities, the amount of compute available in the country needs to become significantly more. But I think one of the things that drives this is that there should be the use cases. The value of AI is that, one of the things which we have done great in India is UPI, right? We are very proud of it. Everybody is able to transact, in a much better way than most countries. But other things, AI actually gives us the opportunity that everything a citizen thinks about will become easy. Right, and that's really the thing that we need to index on and see. And so when the AI is being used to help the people, then actually that creates the demand for this, and then you can actually have this infrastructure which actually follows that demand.
All right, so you saying that it's time for us to move from digital revolution to AI revolution. I want to ask you, you're present at the AI summit. A lot of stimulating conversations are going around. Sir, your big takeaways from the summit?
No, it's very exciting. So many things happening here, and I see that so much interest in so many people, so many young people excited about this technology, and I think that I'm very positive about how this is, in the medium term. If any of these people actually get involved. And I hope with some of the work that we've done, people believe that world-class work can be done out of India, and then everybody's proud that we can do this. Hum bhi kar sakte hain, right? That is really the thing that's the spirit that we want to be able to inculcate in this.
All right, that's the big takeaway coming from Vivek Raghavan at the AI Summit, viewers. All right, viewers, and next up we also spoke to Bharat Shankar, who's the co-founder of Gyani.ai. He talked about building India's first AI solutions for several businesses, startups and MSMEs across the country. Let's take a listen to that conversation. Mr. Bharat, your company has been selected under India's AI mission to build foundational sovereign AI models. Tell us a little bit about that.
So first of all, our DNA is that we want to break language barriers in the country, right? We want to make technology consumable, not just by people in tier 1 cities. We want technology to be consumed by the rural people and people from tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. Where language, especially they're not able to converse in English, which becomes a hindrance when they are trying to consume technology. So what we are trying to do as part of the India AI mission is to build a very large foundational model. It's a 14 billion parameter model, which can understand human voice in any language across the country, and it will be able to respond back in the corresponding language. It can understand emotions, it can understand the underlying empathy, and respond back accordingly.
All right, to make it more accessible to people who come from, let's say, rural backgrounds or do not speak English, essentially.
Right. Technology consumption has been a barrier in the country, right? With so many people now trying to build AI, how we are differentiated, I would say, is that we are solving problems at the grassroots level in the country. And we believe that the only way to do it is to enable people to consume AI. So AI first approach is the way to go for our country.
All right, what you're talking about is bridging that AI divide that seems to be coming in. I want to talk about, in echo chambers we talk about AI, artificial intelligence, buzzwords. What about, people on the ground may not be as aware also, right? In terms of consumption of technology, first awareness has also to come in, right? So how are we working on that approach?
Sure. So I think, the way the problem can be solved, it has to be a joint effort from, the MSMEs and startups, right? So who are now the backbone of our country when it comes to spreading the technology, right? And making India not just an AI consumer, but an AI creator as well, right? And, the support from government in terms of democratization and, in terms of enabling startups to get access to data, to get access to the compute, which otherwise, is very, very expensive. So making it available for MSMEs and startups to be able to, do their research, build their models, which can have everlasting impact to the nation.
Right. Okay. Also, when we talk about, because you talked about sovereignty as well, when you talk about India's AI sovereignty, how would you assess India's state, in terms of owning your own models, data, and also computing, as you mentioned?
Right. I think we are excellently positioned, right? From this point, AI should not just be a discussion topic in a meeting room, right? AI should be adopted, right? So, I think we are in a stage where, the adoption will take off exponentially, right? So one simple, example to that, right? A lot of companies train their models, right? So the consumption of GPU infrastructure, is it more for training or is it more for inferencing? So that's where the difference lies, right? So as the adoption increases, you will see more and more people consuming GPUs for inferencing, and we are seeing that happening. There is push, not just, from the government, but also from various industries. There is a lot of consciousness when it comes to adopting the latest and the greatest AI models in, as part of enterprise workflows.
So you think India's AI moment has finally arrived on the stage?
Absolutely, right. The event speaks for itself, I would say, right? So the amount of enthusiasm that this has generated across the globe, right? And the amount of work that is being done by various, not just startups, but even the large IT giants, right? Who are now moving from a traditional legacy, sort of operating model into adopting AI. AI first approach is, what is transforming our country at this point, and our moment has definitely arrived.
All right, viewers, with the India AI Impact Summit continuing for the next few days here at Bharat Mandapam, we'll continue to track all the announcements, the collaborations and the partnerships, and also the joint declaration that comes out of this big AI summit being held in the capital city. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned to Republic. News and developments continue on the other side.
Amity has one of India's most advanced supercomputing facilities for AI research and teaching. Equipped with world-class facilities, the center drives interdisciplinary research and industry-academia collaboration, preparing students for disruptive AI technologies. Committed to India's global tech leap, Amity is proud to be the knowledge partner at India AI Impact Summit.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज, मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा और मसाला, मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरी डे।
Himanta Biswa Sarma, good evening.
Good evening.
And everyone across the country watched your press conference yesterday.
Yes.
Now, you see, now that you've done the press conference, you've made some very, very damning allegations against Gaurav Gogoi.
Yes.
Are you doing it? First question, let's have it out of the way. Are you doing this because you're facing a huge test in your political career with the Assam elections coming up, and he's the person Rahul Gandhi is putting up against you?
Arnab, you know Assam. Even I produce a picture of Asim Munir and Gaurav Gogoi. Congress is not going to lose a single vote, because whomever the vote, the section of people who vote for Gaurav Gogoi or Rahul Gandhi in Assam, in any case they will vote only Congress. From that press conference, neither I will gain one vote, neither I will lose one vote.
But you have said...
He's been in jail for over 3 years now. 85% vision lost as Imran Khan is tortured in custody. 14 cricket legends now expose Pakistan government. Arnab's debate at 8 p.m.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहाँ नो टेंशन वहाँ।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, राजा मसाला।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ, 8 मिनट में तैयार। क्या टेस्ट है, सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
I am absolutely fed up, like you are, I'm sure, with the U-turns of the BCCI and the ICC and cricket politics. And I feel bad, like every citizen of India does, that these people, because they want to make some money over cricket, are ready to compromise the nation. Terrible. Pakistan has taken another magnificent U-turn in its decision to not play, not play, not play, not play, keep changing its mind, ladies and gentlemen. First they say they stand with Bangladesh, then they said we stand with them so much that we don't participate in the World Cup. Then they put Shehbaz Sharif in front and he said we've taken a clear decision not to play cricket with India because we are backing Bangladesh. Listen to what Shehbaz Sharif said.
T20 वर्ल्ड कप जो है उस हवाले से हमने बड़ा वाज़ेह स्टैंड लिया है कि हम हिंदुस्तान के ख़िलाफ़ जो मैच है वो हम नहीं खेलेंगे, क्योंकि पाकिस्तान ने कहा कि ये खेल का मैदान है, ये सियासत नहीं है। खेल के मैदान में सियासत बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए। हमने एक बड़ा सोच समझ के हमने स्टैंड लिया है और इस हवाले से हमें बांग्लादेश के साथ पूरी तरह खड़े होना चाहिए।
That's what he said 8 days back. Now he's changed his line 8 days later. Now he's saying that the government of Pakistan is now directing the Pakistan national team to play, to take the field on February 15 for the scheduled fixture against India in the T20 World Cup. Now viewers, my point is, let the Pakistanis do what the hell they want to do, who cares? But what is the BCCI doing? What is the ICC doing? What is Rajiv Shukla doing? What is this paid executive Sanjog Gupta doing? Why are we allowing Pakistan to do the U-turn? We should have never given them a long rope. We should have caught them and said, no, you said you're not playing, now you don't play. We should have embarrassed them. We should have made life hell for them. We should have reined in the Pakistanis. But no, you see in our country, some people are so desperate, like Rajiv Shukla, so desperate to play cricket with Pakistan. Why, Rajiv Shukla, do you want to play cricket with Pakistan? You have no history of cricket. But Rajiv Shukla says, we...
He's been in jail for over 3 years now. 85% vision lost as Imran Khan is tortured in custody. 14 cricket legends now expose Pakistan government. Arnab's debate at 8 p.m.
Our central government, our state governments, everyone needs to understand that development is not a statistic. They must not think that just because they pay a lot of money in subsidies, poor people will accept anything that is done to them. The government of Madhya Pradesh announced budgetary allocations a few days ago, and its largest allocation is healthcare. These are all women who have been sterilized in a 2-minute operation, lying on the ground. You know why? Because they are poor women. These are women from a tribal, economically vulnerable region, which doesn't matter enough for the administration to pay attention. Tribal culture, tribal tradition, tribal history is not something to be showcased in 1 lakh crores for the Ministry of Health. I'm asking you to join me, show me your support. We'll be taller and stronger if you raise your voice.
A 23-year-old Sahil was killed because someone else was shooting a reel.
ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकती, सिस्टम ये कह के नहीं भाग सकता, ये बेलेबल ऑफेंस है, ये सिस्टम इस चीज से नहीं बच सकता। आज तक जो होता है मुझे नहीं पता, मेरे को ये बाप बेटे अंदर चाहिए।
Reels, the new pandemic, Arnab's debate at 9 p.m.
You're not just going to the class and reading something or the other. You're directly going into the field and you're growing as a person.
being an active quantum computing researcher, I can say that we are getting a very huge support for the students, particularly in the aspect of research.
Why the leader of opposition is not allowed to speak? Why don't? No, have you? I would like to know. Have you asked them? The government has given you questions to ask.
No, this not.
Then it's fine. I'll answer them all.
Speaker is saying that yesterday what happened was disgraceful and shameful. What is your response?
What happened?
The way women MPs were in front of the treasury bench and tried.
So, what nonsense is this?
Miss Gandhi Parliament will be stalled every day. Miss Gandhi Parliament will be stalled every day like this. Will the Parliament will be stalled every day like this? Will the Parliament be stalled every day like this?
23-year-old Sahil was killed because someone else was shooting a reel.
मैं ये एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकती, सिस्टम ये कह के नहीं भाग सकता, ये पेलेबल ऑफेंस है, ये सिस्टम इस चीज से नहीं बच सकता। आज तक जो होता है मुझे नहीं पता, मेरे को ये बाप बेटे अंदर चाहिए।
Reels, the new pandemic, Arnab's debate at 9 p.m.
Our central government, our state governments, everyone needs to understand that development is not a statistic. They must not think that just because they pay a lot of money in subsidies, poor people will accept anything that is done to them. The government of Madhya Pradesh announced budgetary allocations a few days ago, and its largest allocation is healthcare. These are all women who have been sterilized in a 2-minute operation, lying on the ground. You know why? Because they are poor women. These are women from a tribal, economically vulnerable region, which doesn't matter enough for the administration to pay attention. Tribal culture, tribal tradition, tribal history is not something to be showcased in 1 lakh crores for the Ministry of Health. I'm asking you to join me, show me your support. We'll be taller and stronger if you raise your voice.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, Imran Khan in terrible shape. His torture continues. Now he's getting support from the sporting fraternity, which just wants to know what his condition is. On the show tonight, Bhupen Bora, the ex-president of the Congress in Assam, on the reasons why he's quit and can't stay any longer in the Vadra Congress. And at 9 p.m. tonight, the Reel Demic, how making reels is costing lives, ruining families, and has become the new pandemic. Viewers, Imran Khan, former Pakistan Prime Minister, is in terrible shape. He has lost most of his vision, we are told. There are medical reports which have come out. Asif Munir, who knows that Imran Khan can throw him out of office if he comes out of jail, is probably determined to kill him while in custody. That is my own view. And he will do everything possible to end Imran Khan's life. Now today, a lot of people who played cricket with Imran have written to Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. This includes Greg Chappell, Belinda Clark, Michael Atherton, Nasir Hussain, our very own Sunil Gavaskar, Kapil Dev, Ian Chappell, Alan Border, David Gower, Clive Lloyd, and the great Steve Waugh. And they've all said that he needs to get fair treatment. He needs to get urgent medical care. He needs dignity for a cricket legend. He needs to be given some respect for being a World Cup hero. He needs a transparent legal process and basic humanity. And all these people have written because they are worried for Imran Khan's life. And it's going to be terrible if Asif Munir kills Imran. But that's the way Pakistan politics is. That's why it's never going to be a democracy. Nevertheless, you have pictures here, Asif Munir, insecure, being told to show his iCard at the Munich Security Conference. This man, Asif Munir, is a coward, a very, very scared kind of person. He knows that if Imran comes out alive, then he's out. That's the way the cookie will crumble. And that's why no Pakistani cricketer, there are a bunch of cowards. Let me tell you about few of the cowards who have refused to sign the petition. Shahid Afridi, who gave many interviews saying, in my whole life I've been inspired only by one man, Imran Khan. He's kept quiet. He's a coward number one. Coward number two, ladies and gentlemen, is Waqar Yunus. Waqar Yunus, ladies and gentlemen, played with Imran Khan in the 1992 World Cup. Inzamam ul Haq, who was captain when Imran was captain when he made his debut. Excuse me. All these people said, we owe our entire cricketing career to Imran Khan. None of those gallery of cowards have opened their mouth right now. And there are a lot of concerns about Imran Khan's life. Trust me.